You heard them. They said they have been radicalized in Europe or something like that. And then when you are bringing rebels back to their country, what are you trying to do? Deal with them there now. But if they are committed an infraction against your laws, deal with them. You don't need to bring them back to Algeria to add to the internal problem they have already.
But these are your people, according to what France is saying.
No, that is not how things are done. If you have committed a crime, as long as a criminal act, you must be prosecuted according to the laws of that country. Yes. You mean if no, that's not how it's done. Except France have ulterior motive. What are they saying? If they have offended your law, deal with them there. Yes, Algeria has a very good reason for rejecting them. Since you have seen them as rebel and all that, and they are causing infraction in your country, deal with them. That is how things are done. We are prosecuting Chinese nationals in Nigeria for cyber crime and all that. In Nigeria today. Why didn't you say go back to China? You have committed an infraction against our laws. You must be dealt with.
Interestingly, Barrister, Algeria reaffirms its categorically rejection of threats and attempts of intimidation, as well as injunction and ultimatums of any kind. I mean, they are calling this an intimidation on the part of France.
Yes, yeah, that's how what it looks like. You believe that because they are former, therefore do it. Is that what you are saying? They are an independent. And so, in fact, it looks so odd that somebody will commit a crime in your country. Instead of you to deal with the person, you now said no, or you carry the crime and everything, you have to go back to your own country. When they come here now, on what basis will Algeria prosecute them? Because they never committed any crime in Algeria.
Right.
I don't think these people know what they are. At times when I hear this, I just wonder, if they come back to Algeria now, will Algeria prosecute them? Because you said so.
Big question.
They didn't commit any crime in Algeria now. They didn't commit any crime. So if you have seen them to have committed infraction, deal with them there instead of bringing them back to Algeria. On what basis are you doing that? That's not how things are done. No.
Now, Barrister, from your perspective, do you think that there's some other underlined and unspoken truth about the situation for France to want to return back nationals to Algeria without prosecuting those people in their country? That's what for a crime that they committed.
That's what we are saying. If you say they have been radicalized,
right,
they are not terrorists or something, and they are causing problems, deal with them. Deal with them. I don't know this idea of you are taking them back for doing what? What are you taking them back to Algeria? Is there any agreement that says whenever your national commit crime in France, so we will take them back to Algeria for you to prosecute them there? Is there any agreement of? I don't think so. I don't think any country will even enter into such agreement. We have many Nigerians serving jail time in US, UK, and all the rest.
Okay.
Why didn't you say bring them here if they have committed crime? It's not done.
So Algeria is very right with their rejection?
Exactly, because they see it as an intimidation. Let France tell the whole world why they are behaving in such a manner. Let them explain to us why they cannot prosecute those people there.
Well, interestingly, Barrister, some quarters have asked several questions, and one of the questions that they've asked is, why is France not prosecuting these people?
Exactly.
But then again, how is this going to really play out in the political landscape of France and Algeria, knowing for a fact that France have been sacked by some of the countries in Africa? Is there any other thing that the French government is not saying, basically, as it stands when it comes to... You
see, under Emmanuel Macron, France is losing it, especially against their colonies in Africa. In fact, in the internal affairs of France, a lot is going on there now. Some opponents are now, bringing the heat on Emmanuel Macron. He's losing it big time because of what he's supposed to do that he's not doing, and because of what he's doing that he's not supposed to do. This colonies they lost in West Africa.
Right.
The thing is causing heat in France up to tomorrow. It's causing heat in France up to tomorrow. And now, for whatever reason, another one is brewing in North Africa, Algeria. So eventually, the French colonies, they are beginning to resist their colonial masters. So
when you say it's causing heat, Barrister, what do you mean by that?
Because the opposition is wondering what he was doing when they lost their colonies. That is it now. The opposition, I mean, it's natural. Every opposition will capitalize on that to deal with the man at the helm of affairs. They have been their colonies until you came to office. So what did you do? What did you do wrong for us to lose our colonies? It's a very big political issue now.
Interesting. Well, again, from there on, we move to another country where, just like you mentioned earlier, France is losing out on her colonies, and one of such is Mali. That, of course, at this point is at a very crucial stage of their existence. There was an army strike in a market in Mali, and of course, no fewer than 18 persons were killed. But according to reports by the army spokesperson, they said they were chasing after terrorists who they had top intel on, and of course, they revealed that 11 of these terrorists were killed in that airstrike. But as of course you would expect, some rights groups have come out to say no, as it stands, these are civilians that were killed, not terrorists. Looking at all of these kind of situations, we've had several of these happen, including countries like Nigeria. All of this kind of situation happen in Africa. Would one want to say that Mali is getting it right when it comes to chasing out terrorists and gaining ground when it comes to security as well in the country?
You cannot always be right in a situation of war. There will always be collateral damage.
Okay.
It is a given. Your precision bombing cannot always be precision. Like you have targeted a hostile opponent somewhere.
Right.
All of a sudden, civilians who don't even know what is going on, they will begin to emerge from that area. Maybe villagers who don't even know what is going on. Of course, when your target is on your radar, you will say because of civilians and all that, because you may lose them. You may lose them and it may cost you more. So at times you may even have released your bomb on the target before you realize that civilians are around. I don't think I will completely blame Mali as long as they are chasing terrorists. It's just that next time they should be more careful.
Oh, well, again, like they said on their post on X, that 11 terrorists were neutralized in that operation. But according to them as well, these terrorists were linked to Al Qaeda and Islamic State groups. And to them, it's about having strong security in the entire Mali. But the right groups have come out to say no fewer than 18 persons, civilians were killed, not terrorists. Again,
why would the Mali military kill civilians? I mean, why would they do that? They know this right group, yes, it's natural for them to
come at the defensive.
Everything is all about human rights. There is no reason why Mali will just kill their own people now. There's no reason. It's not possible. And it is in a market. Why would they? Yeah, so maybe those terrorists came to shop or something, So I don't think the Mali government will deliberately kill their own people for nothing. It's not possible.
Oh well, we'll definitely be keeping our eyes on all of this, and we'll be giving much more information as they come, particularly on this situation. Now, Barrister, another interesting conversation is brewing up, and that is the fact that the M23 rebels have pulled out of the peace talk that was supposed to have started today. And one would want to wonder, what exactly is this leading to? There was supposed to be a peace talk that was supposed to start today.
Brokered by Angola.
Brokered by Angola. The government of Congo has agreed to be in that particular peace talk. But boom, these rebels are saying, no, we're not going to be part of this. From your own view, what do you think might be the reason for this? Even though they stated yes, what do you think would be the major reason why they are back?
23 rebels did not pull out. It was Paul Kagame that pulled out. It was Rwanda that pulled out of that people. The strings, as far as M23 rebels are concerned, And I think Paul Kagame is angry with Belgium for what they did. So the man is trying to get some leverage. Maybe by the time they pressurize the international community and other people, you know, they will now say, okay, we want to talk. That is normal. They just want to believe in the upper hand. So they will now want to leverage on it to get as much concession as they can. The rebels did not pull out. It was their master in Rwanda that pulled out. Well,
the group cited sanctions imposed by the European Union on her members. And another reason that they, are putting to the table is ongoing military offensive by Congo's army as complicating the talks.
Okay, right. So look at it. By the way, who are the people talking? Rebels. On what basis are they even making all these conditions? Rebels. So you expect the DR Congo government to keep quiet when you are ravaging their country, Abi?
It's interesting to know, Barrister, that these people said is as a result of sanctions imposed by the European Union.
Did I not tell you here? It's just the beginning. They are just making noise. It will get to a point all their members cannot move outside Rwanda and DR Congo. It will get to a point. None, even their children, they will be on sanctions. That's the truth. They didn't know before that they place sanctions on them, Abi. Okay, what are they doing in DR Congo? What are they doing there? Rebel. Rebel in another people's country. And you are saying you didn't know they will be. I told you here it will happen. This is just the beginning, including Rwanda. I'm not joking. I know what will happen if these people want to deal with you. They will bring you to your knees. Then the last time I checked, Rwanda is not a great economy, so they can't even survive it under 1 month. They can't. So that's why I told you that the earlier this man put on his thinking cap, the better. They're pulling out. A time will come, they will beg for this peace talk. They will beg for it.
You think so, Barrister?
I said the time will come, they will beg for it. When the heat is on, they will beg for this peace talk. Go and mark my word.
Well, we'll definitely be putting our eyes on this. Finally, before I let you go, Barrister, the East African community and the Southern African Development Community have joined forces to address the escalating security tension in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. Looking at this, which of course these rebels also did cited as one of the reasons for their pulling out of the peace talks.
What are you saying? There's a proverb in my place. They say, when a man becomes too powerful for his community, the community will now gang up against him. You know what that means? When the whole community gang up against you as a person, by then it will be to deploy everything they have against you. So what will you now do? That's what is going to happen. I don't need anybody to tell me this. I've said it. Most of the things I told you about this, is it not happening? Is it not happening? So more is coming. Because I don't see how a rebel will now invade a country and begin to ravage the place and begin to dictate the peace terms and all that. The whole world cannot be watching you now because of the what stops them from going into another country
and taking over cities.
So they will stop them at all costs. When the time comes, they will stop them. Now that these forces are ganging up, I said they will stop them. They will definitely stop them. It's a matter of time.
Oh well, again, and as it progresses, news. No fewer than 19 persons in the country's east, according to. And of course, Barrister, this is coming weeks after the government forces decided to withdraw from the area. Now, there's supposed to be a peace talk, particularly between the government is going all out with airstrikes. Do you think this would they would find some resolution with all of this consistently happening?
I don't see why they should be bombing civilian areas. I don't see how. Seriously, I don't see how. The people that died are civilians.
Yes.
Not combatants. Is wrong. I've told you, you see this Sudanese war. At the end of the day, some of them may visit the ringleader on human rights violation and crime against humanity. I'm telling you, because it needs to be done so that even when you are fighting, there are rules of engagement. You don't just bomb civilian environment. You don't just go there and start bomb because you have a upper hand or whatever.